But I want to tell you guys just really quick the genesis behind the plot of this. So Victoria was leaving the show, which we knew. We had like a 1.5 year notice. And I told her, you realize that what the general public is going to think is that you're pregnant. Because the timeline went, she had a different last name, and then she got married, and then about a year after she got married, she's leaving the show. So let's and so we were joking about that. She wasn't pregnant. And then I thought, let's make that an episode. Someone's in space. Oh my gosh.
Holy cow. How do you breathe out there? It's got to be cold, right?
Yeah, my spacesuit is just invisible.
Oh, okay.
Like Wonder Woman's jet.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, I got my eye on you guys. Get out of here.
Now, did we have did you already have the Teen Squad plotted for another show before that? And Sierra, you're part of the Teen Squad. I don't know if you know that much about your history, but
last time the TV just came on by itself.
I guess you're right. Nothing appears to be happening. So what should we take?
We dropped the word girl when Julian came in.
yes.
Oh.
Maybe this stuffed animal. I don't know.
Anne and Jennifer, who are married, they're actually married in real life, are never on the set together.
Hey guys, I joined a reenactment group. They even gave me my own firearm. Let me out! Let me out!
Wyatt and Victoria are never on the set together.
I can't believe they thought I was pregnant.
It kind of makes sense. You have to admit that you are kind of moody sometimes.
What?
Tom is never on the set with a bunch of people.
Women.
Can't live with them and can't give them a roller coaster.
This episode was actually filmed over a 3-month period in segments while we were filming other episodes.
Well, you can wait here if you want. Just a regular day around here. Apparently I have to child-proof the house. Pete's glued to the chair for some unexplained reason. And no one knows where Dan is.
Is this what you think teenagers do? They just steal stuff from people's houses?
Yeah, I mean, if we were saying otherwise, we were probably just lying.
I don't think this is right.
That's what I said. We should just take something and get out of here like usual.
I remember asking Julian, because there was that table with all that just random junk, and I remember asking him, so what are the things on this table? Which one do you want to steal when you run out the door? And it was like this big decision for him. He was like, oh, and he's looking and trying to take his time. You know, I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Just pick something. He's like, oh,
Wait.
what?
Did he randomly choose the duck?
Do I want to know why you wanted gasoline?
I have a perfectly logical explanation.
I'm waiting.
No, he chose well, I didn't ask him. He chose the duck.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Pretty cool.
That duck has a long history, very long history in the theater.
I'm glued to the chair.
So, Sierra, did you have any idea what you were getting into when you came on board with this?
I did not.
Hey, well, what are you guys doing here?
I left my keys here.
And it was so much fun. It was like such a good experience. I was very nervous beforehand. I think we all were.
Okay, the coast is clear. So what should we take this time?
Yeah, it was so much fun. I just remember I was with Julian and Amanda, and we just had a blast, and definitely didn't know what I was getting into, and didn't really feel like I knew what I was doing. But it was really fun.
And
As long as
Shannon,
don't-
you brought everyone in, right?
Yeah.
I was working with Sierra and Amanda, and I knew Julian from before.
Yeah. 1 or 2 days. You'd met him.
Yeah. Just since he was born, and then
Yeah.
Why don't we take the actual apartment?
And the night before, I remember I was on the phone with Shannon and we were talking. I'm like, she's like, I've only found 2. I don't know what else to do. I've called everyone I thought of, and Julian was in the car with you. And you're like, Julian says blah blah. I'm like, wait, what about Julian? Like he wasn't asking to do it. He was just there.
Sort of like sausage.
Sausage sounds good.
And then I remember asking the 3 of you, like, well, you read the script. What parts do you think that you want? Like, who wants what role? And it was genius.
That was different. Yeah.
In the last episode, he was very, very fixated on soup.
Yeah,
Someone else-
that was the
Yeah,
other
I
one.
remember that.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Snowing.
So, what do you think these things are? Maybe it's a video game?
I smell soup.
The coffee short, which is one of my favorites, and it's so weird because you guys were talking about what to steal, and then Pete just comes in and goes,
Hey guys, the movie's coming on.
and sits down, and none of you know what to do. You're like, and then you just kind of sit down, and it's just like you guys for the whole short. So what'd you guys think of Bacteria?
It looks like the beginning of Teaserama.
I found myself being like, stop talking over it. Like I'm learning.
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah.
Some are in water or other liquids.
There's bacteria in my water?
I think with the pandemic too, we're just like, no, this is valuable
The
information.
little pictures of the squiggles and oh, it's live. Wow.
Only a few kinds of bacteria cause disease.
No, there's a
Probably
lot
the
that
first
cause
person to
diseases.
observe
Yeah, I didn't realize there was only that few different types. You know, I expected there was like billions of little types, but
bacteria are parasites. Others saprophytes.
What's a saprophyte?
It
And
lives
still
in the
others,
soil.
Autotrophs.
Well, what's an autotroph?
It lives in the food.
How do you know that?
She's sitting there tearing this thing apart scientifically. It was so funny. What? That's not accurate. Okay, that's sort of accurate, but that's a generalization. That is crazy. That
They can't even see bacteria under that microscope that is only ×4.
I gave all these lines to Jennifer because I didn't know who to. Jennifer it was like one of her first episodes, and so I was like, her character might know this. I don't know, and I started giving her all these scientific lines and
to classify or identify different kinds of bacteria.
Wait, they identify things by what they look like?
The
No.
life process.
this was one of Jennifer's earlier ones, and one of my favorite jokes in there is someone says, like Wolverine, and she says, nothing like that.
They change one form of iron into another and use the energy that is released.
Like Wolverine.
Unlike the large
Nothing like
majority
that,
of plants,
actually.
Most
I'm like, it's coming, because she was still in her cool Jennifer phase.
cool Jennifer before she became the nerd Jennifer.
bacteria have no chlorophyll with which to manufacture food.
Please see this
Parasites,
deeply detailed
saprophytes,
drawing.
and autotrophs
I love the line of, Dear Mr. Columbus. Dear Mr. Columbus, today I
It was
scraped
the
off some
same
tartar
chemist,
and
Louis
looked at it.
Pasteur of France,
What did
who in
you
the
do?
1850s
That's right. I scraped the tartar off my teeth and looked at it.
Not much going on in
Not much
whatever,
going
like
That's how it
1400.
started. I mean, was that accurate? That's how it started?
Are you trying to say that rabbit ears is scientifically and historically accurate in anything?
In some instances, insoluble foods are converted into soluble materials by chemicals released by the bacteria themselves.
These chemicals are
All
called
bacteria
chocolates.
require
Shut up.
Soluble
The 2 things about this short that I remember have nothing to do with the material. One was fire the laser.
in a position as a bacteriologist with the department.
Fire the laser.
Ted seems to
And the copy of the film we got is in mono sound. So I don't know if you noticed this, but if you're listening like with like headphones, it's only coming out of one side.
Oh yeah, I heard
It's
that
always
many
driven
times.
me
I was
nuts.
like, "Am I doing something wrong?"
Yeah.
And then I'd hear you talk again, and it would come through both. I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
it's the movie."
And I love how nobody's wearing gloves of any kind.
Did we
So
ever find out how Tom got stuck to the chair?
no.
He couldn't go into the set with everyone else.
Yeah.
in order to make human life more healthful and increase our standard of living.
I want to make human life more helpful.
I want to increase our standard of living.
This ice cream is great.
You couldn't be the same shots as other people.
And I'm like, I ask it here, and I'm like, what? How did that happen? And then you guys tell me.
Yeah.
No.
Ow! What is that?
In my pocket. That's a spur.
You keep a spur in your pocket?
Yes, his name is Frederick.
I was wondering why I came onto the set so late because I forgot completely about all of that timing.
What if there's actually like a mirror behind the TV that's recording us in like 90-minute increments?
Sierra never saw you for the shoot. You weren't even there.
Hello, Bacteria Central.
The thing that makes me remember that the most is Gary was super happy because we were done at like 2:30 and he couldn't believe it. And he was saying, wow, Jeff, this went really well today. And I'm like, Gary, we shot half of an episode. Like,
Base compound number 14, Lieutenant Dan speaking. Get it, Lieutenant Dan?
and there's a cool, I'll dig it up, but there's a cool photo that we all took on the day where we're all lined up behind the couch and we took like a big, cast photo for the day, which we'd never done before because we would never had time. It was always like, oh my gosh, what's next? Oh, what time is it? Oh my gosh.
Someone like to tell me what's going on? Pete's glued to the chair. Other than that, I can't help you.
Just a really
That makes
fun,
sense why you
yeah.
kept on referencing multiple episodes that the Teen Squad was in, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like,
And then, by the way, this is my favorite episode to watch. I mean, just to watch, because I think plot-wise and joke-wise.
Don't you see what's happening here?
Well, Pete's glued to the chair.
No, Vicky is pregnant.
Just like the mistaken interpretation of what's happening. And
You're late? Well, duh, we kind of already knew that.
some of them are so blatantly stupid. Like the guy's walking down the street with a shirt that says "Love Muffin."
A grown man is walking down the street wearing a t-shirt that says "Love Muffin."
Love muffin.
Like, what?
that's right.
Just to get you to giggle and say "Love Muffin."
Smooches.
Yeah.
Just be patient, they're probably pissed. We haven't paid the bill in forever.
Wait, how long did you guys go without paying this?
I don't know. It's a long time. I'd say about 9 months.
And why does Dan, why do you come in with the baby seat?
Because I like to do themes for every movie that we're doing, and I knew we were supposed to watch Three Men and a Baby, and so I was bringing in the car seat to be for the baby theme, and then she ends up not being able to pay the cable bill, and so we end up not watching it.
Oh, that's why that happened. Okay.
Well, I guess we don't need this anymore.
What?
I love why would you think that and then realize you have this baby carrier?
Yeah.
Vicky's pregnant?
Wait, you mean she's not?
No? What gave you that idea?
Takes him on the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that she asked, I think that was her idea, where she said, can I do this? Not sure if it was okay or something. We also took a photo of all you guys smiling with him and handing him the piece of chocolate. I'll try and find that. When I was someplace, I'd see something weird and go, can I borrow that? And I would just write something around it. like the Smurfle Tower, right?
The Smurfle Tower.
Yeah. It's like, what is that thing? Can I borrow that?
Didn't you accidentally blow up a Circle K with some lemonade mix and club soda?
Oh, yeah. That was so cool.
And Gable, the giant monkey in the banana.
Yes, that was your fault. You gave me that giant monkey, and then I'm like, well, okay, well, you know what I'm doing with this. It's going on the set.
Yeah.
So, oh, and then there's the outtake of Wyatt where he tells Victoria that she can be moody sometimes or something.
Yes.
What? What?
And she's like, what? And then it clips and he's just like smiling and like just totally
just licks his lips.
Like too mellow for Wyatt, you know?
Yes.
And that's because Gary just started filming him during a break.
I thought that was for Wyatt, I thought that was a very odd choice for him to do, but it makes total sense if he was just hanging out.
Yeah, he's just were like eating or something and he's just sitting there and Gary just ran the tape. I guess we should talk about Dick Tracy.
Is this the Kathy Griffin story?
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
Yes.
That feels weird because, as Dan knows, there is a tradition on the show where we somehow don't ever talk about Dick Tracy.
I just realized that even though we came awfully close, Dick Tracy has still not met Gruesome yet.
And for whatever reason, whenever we pair a Dick Tracy movie with, the show, there's so much going on, we don't have time to get into Dick Tracy at all.
Be observing. Now, if that man was at the bank, it stands to reason I'd remember him, don't
That guy is more annoying than the Minnesota Iron Ore dude.
Wrong, Mr. Tracy.
And so then it became a gag, like, well, we got to watch a Dick Tracy movie because there's a lot going on in this episode.
Did they steal that head from Indiana Jones?
Hey guys,
Dan,
has anyone noticed that we always do a short when the movie is less than 30
Yes. You noticed it too. Have you ever noticed that there's always an annoying short every time the movie we're watching is under an hour and 15 minutes?
That was a requirement where it was like, if the movie was less than whatever we say, we're telling the truth. So whatever that number was, it was like an hour and 7 minutes or whatever it was. There's always a short because we have to fill the time.
I just want to point out that I think Dick Tracy has done more damage to the city than the bad guys.
But I don't remember it being as obvious that all of the names of people are cartoony.
I am learned. Assistant.
Dr. Atomic? I feel like that's made up.
And with this one, I honestly don't understand the tone it's supposed to have.
Potent but harmless. It just rendered him helpless.
Sort of like reruns of Saved by the Bell.
The villains are total idiots.
Okay, at this point, that guy deserves to be killed.
Yeah, the names alone and some of the plot points were reminding me. I did melodrama forever, and it was reminding me of melodrama, and I wanted it to be melodrama.
Our employer told me to tell you he wishes you would not come to the laboratory anymore.
At all?
At all.
At no time.
Ever?
Never.
In the future?
At no time. Yeah, you see someone's name, A.Tomic, and you're like, okay, this person has to have like a lightning bolt on their head and like frizzy hair, and it's like this lady. She's like,
Everyone in the bank was transfixed, frozen to the spot.
As if watching a high school soccer.
And then they died.
Why stuff them?
Why stuff them?
Why stuff him? You have got to be kidding me.
Oh, which that scene had one of my favorite jokes of the dee-da-doo.
Oh, yeah, because it was a callback to episode 4.
Duke Mitchell! Dee-da-doo.
It's so fun to call back to other episodes because if you get it, it's really, really funny, but most people don't get it or don't remember it. Oh, well.
Identify this man, Tess.
Yes, I'm positive he's one of the bank robbers.
So, how did she identify him?
They steal this $1 billion formula that could do all these amazing things, use it to rob like $100,000 from a bank, and then destroy the formula. And it's like, what are you doing?
Who farted?
The cop for no reason. Like, they could have just walked out of the bank and turned the corner. Just everything they did was so stupid.
Wait, are those robbers?
And they just shot a cop for no reason.
These are the worst planning criminals ever.
Like, okay, so there's the do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And then they come in and like the acting is so intensely bad and silly, but then it's supposed to just be normal.
Hello, I am not shady in any way.
312.
It would have been way better if they did melodrama.
Oh yeah,
and has that great line when they walk out of the elevator because he's doing the Boris Karloff, and when they walk out of the elevator and he says,
"Now, look as natural as possible."
Like there's no way they can possibly look normal.
What am I doing in this film? I was Frankenstein.
This one, so I was doing my Bela Lugosi voice for most of this.
The Heads Up 7-Up Championship will be mine.
Supposed to be Boris Karloff, but I'm like, Boris Karloff doesn't really have a character voice. I mean, he's got a deep baritone voice, but he doesn't have a character voice. Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm just going to do it like Bela Lugosi. And Jeff's like, that's fine.
That's fine.
Rode the rods all night to get here.
Oh, well,
wait, what?
What I found, Dan, is that the as long as we understood what your character is going for, it's funny.
Give me the keys to your car.
And your social security number.
Bring her here, dog.
Call your props. What we figured out as the show went on was the crappier your props, the funnier it is.
Monkey bone!
Jeez. It's one of the great things about being almost good.
At this range, even I can't miss.
We've got to bring up Dan, not you.
Oh yeah, not me.
Dan.
Dick has nothing to say to the press, Dan.
He wants to press Dan?
I remember telling all the actors in the recording sessions, like, we're not talking about Dan. Because everyone started doing like, I'm referencing Dan. Okay. No, it's not Dan. It's this dude named Dan.
How much do you know, Dan?
He's got a rap sheet as long as your tie, which isn't long.
But Victoria and David were obsessed with this. Like, no, replay the scene with Dan. I'm like, what? Like, listen to how many times they call him Dan.
A war of a sort too, Dan. A war on small investors.
Dan, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we can move in,
Dan.
No bank
like, we know his name, but they're constantly Dan.
Mistake can escape a run on it.
Yeah, Dan.
24 hours.
It's also funny in a movie where, like you said, there's all these crazy names, and this guy's name is Dan.
Hey, Dick, this is an absolutely unknown chemical. We've given it every...
Yeah!
Unknown chemical. 20...
And they feel the need to like say his name over and over and over again as much as possible. Drill that in.
Okay, Dan, it's a deal. 2 a.m.
Dan.
Good luck.
Yeah, Dan.
Dan, ladies and gentlemen. Dan.
I love that Shannon was, or Sarah was obsessed with the wood plastic ink.
Wait, wood plastics?
From the Department of Ironic Names.
I think it's wood, plastics, and ink.
I was like, you're not seeing the wizard. No.
That's right. You ain't seeing the wizard. No way, no how.
What do you want, Melody?
This is also the one where you played your own theme song. You had your own dramatic music.
Start up the fire.
It would be so cool to have music like that play when I say random things.
And then for like the rest of the movie, whenever you made a joke, it's all da da da.
My head hasn't hurt this bad since I bought that Wallace Shawn album. In the 40s, everyone's just a light switch away from chaos because all that happens, he's playing the Heads Up 7-Up, the guy's going to get him, the light turns off and everyone immediately is like, no!
I think it's the narrator from Basketball Fix.
So the criminal mastermind plan is to turn all the lights off?
I guess people were all one light switch away from sheer panic back in the 40s.
Yeah, really. They just turned off a light switch and everyone just panicked and flew out of the room as quick as they could.
So back in the day, you just randomly shot at people that left bars?
Dick Tracy is doing much more damage to the city than the bad guys.
Hey! Can't you see I'm walking here?
So why at the beginning does the woman leave the phone booth to use the phone? Does she not have a coin?
That's a very good question.
Why did she sneak out to use the phone? I mean, she was locked in a phone booth. Am I the only one that sees this?
Yeah. The plot is what it is.
That's right.
Tracy, homicide, quickly.
But there's no homicide.
In the phone booth, when Jennifer just goes for it.
Melody should really change his name to Dumbass.
There's no like, there's no joke. There's no like, she's just like, boom.
Just going straight at it, huh?
I thought I'd be direct.
They make a joke about Boris Karloff in the movie where they mention, well, at least he's not Boris Karloff or something like that.
You explain their joke, which is even funnier to me.
I tell you, if I didn't know better, I'd swear we were doing business with Boris Karloff. Looks that way.
It's funny because they referenced the actor.
But the dude with the glasses, the actor's name is Skelton Nags. And he is in a bunch of films that we've done. And no one has connected him because he's so different in every single one. I will tell you, this actor is brilliant. I mean,
If that guy was my cab driver, I'd walk.
It's like, yeah, there was just a lot of really silly names of people and things.
Why is my character name Obvious Victim?
and it was funny because I haven't ever seen that film like before, just without.
Oh, we hadn't either.
And why am I dressed like a Russian?
A little bit more of an obscure one. And I do feel like maybe I understand why it wasn't as famous as some of the other.
I can't go through with it.
I said the same thing about getting a Costco card.
Like, I love the joke we make about, like, you have to freeze goofily. Like,
Yay, I just won!
So the premise behind everyone freezing at once is that everyone is in stupid poses?
Yeah, you have to freeze goofily. And somehow, not only does that stuff pause you, but it also allows you to defy physics. It's like you're like one ballet foot, like, you know, about to fall over. The papers are flying over your head and it freezes.
Is there a reason why she freezes all goofy?
She's just trying to blend in, I guess.
I think the bank freezing scene could be its own movie, and then we'd be just complete with that, by the way. Like, that one scene was worth it, and then we could just leave.
Pardon me, Mac, do you mind?
How did you know my name was Mac?
Now, I think the bank scene and the taxidermy scene.
So, what's Dick Tracy doing while all this is going on?
Yeah, heaven forbid he actually meets Gruesome.
Like the tiger that was up against the wall.
Man, the tiger hit that wall at full speed.
Who was responsible for like writing most of the jokes for the voiceover?
Don't make me come over there.
We'd have 3 different writing teams that would write in completely different cities.
Hi, we're all the people from the bank.
Like, I was the one who made all the jokes in the gaps. So I guess that's where my contribution was.
Hey, everybody! I made her cry!
Then I would watch it with the movie and go, oh, we got 1 minute and 30 seconds. I need to think of a couple things here. So I did insert a bunch of jokes at the end. But I think it was a major team effort. We usually had 10 or so writers doing the movie.
Boy, am I glad you're in town.
That makes one of us.
And it wasn't the actors. And that's like another misconception, is everyone just thought, we all get together and do a, you know, but no, they're completely different people.
That's all. Oh, one thing more.
You all get a sticker.
Discuss this case with the newspapers.
Are you talking about the BB gun? Because it's where Dan can't find it.
Is this about the BB gun? Because it's safe. It's somewhere where Dan will never find it.
Yeah, it's under that blue table under the blanket.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of Dan, is like, he's so innocent in his chaos. Like, he doesn't have a vindictive bone in his body. He just doesn't understand that this is causing a problem for people.
So, when do I get to meet Tracy?
Do you remember the front door on the set? Not the real front door, the set front door.
All right, I got my eye on you guys. Get out of here.
And they didn't even bring gasoline.
Yeah, I do remember it was kind of a small space behind the
yeah, closet with stairs.
Yeah. So I do kind of remember Julian and Amanda and I having to get real cozy.
Okay, so what are you guys doing here again?
Like, and I mean, did it lead somewhere? I can't remember. Like was that like to go up to like the main part of the house? I don't remember.
No, it didn't go anywhere.
It's just where we keep
like
the bodies.
Like,
Excuse me, I'm looking for a woman named Obvious Victim.
It literally is a staircase to nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I remember.
Up here, Tracy.
How does he know who Tracy is? This is the first time they've actually seen each other.
Thank you so
give
much.
us a bye and Don Knotts, Jeff.
Well, I don't know if I can do that, Dan. Let's see. I'll just say goodbye.
Bye.
I love it. I didn't know. That's so great.
Oh, you didn't know I could do Don Knotts?
No, I love Don Knotts. Do you know this about me, that I'm like the biggest?
No, I didn't know you liked Don. You
Shannon, we should have watched Don Knotts. Why didn't we watch Don Knotts?
Most people get really annoyed when I, like Dan loves Don Knotts.
I do love Don Knotts.
And
love Don Knotts.
it's sort of, but he loves really bad Don Knotts movies, not like normal ones. Like I love Apple Dumpling Gang. I could watch Apple Dumpling Gang forever. I love Tim Conway in that too. Dan's like, I like The Love God. And there's yourself, what's that? I've never heard of that. There's a very good reason why I've never heard of that.